Welcome back. Have you ever been inspired by something fictional? Walk with me. For a while, there's this concept that I think about from time to time: how fictional stories and characters have the power to completely change or have an impact on someone's life. I'll give you a small example. Picture this. I'm about 12, 13, at school. It happens to be time for my PE class. And as one does in PE class, we run in the mile. And I dreaded this as a chubby little chud.
Cannibalistic humanoid underground dweller.
And I wasn't very fast either, if that wasn't obvious. But this wasn't your run-of-the-mill mile. This was a physical fitness test that would determine a substantial part of my grade. I was cooked, as it were. My typical mile times were not even close to a passing grade, and that was with me trying my ass off. And so it began. I'm heaving, I'm huffing, I'm puffing. It's not looking good. I make it to my final lap, and there's just no way I'm gonna make it in time. I'm already mentally preparing myself to hit the oil rig until I ponder: could Goku even quit? Do he even got the quit in him? Hell nah. And summoning every ounce of strength in my big bodied ass, I push past my limits and C+. Okay, obviously I wasn't gonna become Usain Bolt off my delusions, but I passed. And without those fictional inspirations pushing me, I promise you I would not have finished that fucking mile. And still to this day, when I get tired or need to endure, when I want to stop for any reason, I think of Goku or Spider-Man or Naruto or any other character that taught me to not quit. Okay, so you might be saying, okay, so you're a dork and the nerd shit you like made you not pass out from fat running. Great. But this was just a small example of the profound change these pieces of media can bring someone. Look at this man's feelings for his favorite character.
Why Spider-Man?
Well, Spider-Man is everything that I ever aspired to be as a person, minus the superpowers. I relate to him a lot. He's always broke, was always in between jobs, never quite finding what he wanted to do in life. And I was like that for a good long while. He's extremely sarcastic, extremely quippy, and that's how I live every single moment of my life. But when all else fails, no matter what, Spider-Man does the right thing. And regardless if it's at personal cost to him, he goes out of his way to help. He is the model of what every human being should be. Risk yourself to help others, no matter the cost. If more people listen to Spider-Man about how you act with one another, then we wouldn't have a lot of the issues we have nowadays.
This character, who is not even real, makes up a big portion of that man's life. Is that not insane? Not in a bad way. Quite the contrary. Through something thought up from a stranger's mind, others have been brought positive feelings. And beyond that, and oftentimes positive change to their lives. Now, when talking about this subject, for me personally, it is important to bring up a piece of media that is very near and dear to me. Dragon Ball has always been a very big deal for me, and I mean a very big deal. I was Goku boy in middle school. This is the GOAT of GOATs, it's your favorite's favorite, and on a personal level, it's literally one of the reasons I draw or make art at all. Parts of the way I think or choose to act in life-changing situations come from this series. These are changes to my life in and of themselves, but in short, I've always loved Dragon Ball. And hey, I know that's not exactly a unique choice, but I feel like that speaks even more to my message that so many people were impacted by the series. A while back, Akira Toriyama, the creator of the series, sadly passed away, and I feel like the shockwave of that event was still being felt for long after. And I don't bring that up to be dramatic or shower the mood. I bring that up because when that happened, I felt a strange but strong feeling. That was one of the catalysts for this video. A person who had created something that contributed a lot to my life, personality, philosophy, way of life, and who I am as a person had passed away. And when I say that, it sounds like a family member or something. But this person never even knew I'd exist. But their creations, their world impacted me and so many others so strongly. A lot of people got yoked or seek strength or pursue martial arts because of Dragon Ball. Or whatever their favorite series is, you get the point. But that's a net positive. A byproduct of someone's story and characters. People push themselves in real life because of the fictional perils they see their beloved characters overcome. They choose not to give up or to pursue what they're after because that's how their favorite characters would do it. And not just that. People become better people through these stories and the lessons they teach. For example, a big theme in many stories is friendship. Aww. Shocker. But to put it simply, these stories are a big reason why I hold friendship to such a high regard today. When I was younger, as cliche as it sounds, chubby, nerdy, shy kid with not a lot of friends, and I got picked on, top story, yada, yada, yada. And for a while, I didn't even understand the concept of friendship on a deeper level than just people you sometimes talk to in class. But as I learned to let people in, or when these good people force themselves in, thanks guys, I learned about all the value that comes from having people you care about and who care about you surround you. Novel concept, I know. But what was once my shy, awkward self was a found family who had seen and brought out the very best in me and made me more sure of the person I was becoming. Now linking that all back to Naruto. Now I'm only half joking because the themes of friendship and support are highlighted a lot in Naruto's story. And many others. Many struggles are overcome by letting people in, leaning on the people around you, and not giving up. It sounds super cheesy and corny, I am fully aware, but there are a lot of examples of these kinds of lessons. Spider-Man. When you help someone, you help everyone. Gurren Lagann. Believe in the me that believes in you. So many of these series enforce positive thinking and good, sometimes complicated values and viewpoints in a way that is entertaining for audiences. I'm just saying that this nerd shit has the power to literally make you a better person. And it doesn't even exist. You'll watch an inspirational edit of Superman and that shit'll save your life. Maybe it's because we try to be like these unrealistic characters, and that in turn makes us closer to being the person we want to be. Truth be told, a lot of things about me have been better by these series, by this art, and I see real value in them. If we tally up some of the positive for me personally, 1, these stories are a big reason I make art of my own. 2, I've been deterred from certain decisions because of the consequences I've seen or read in these works. I learned from fictional mistakes. 3, I lost a ton of weight purely because I wanted to wear a costume one year. 4, a different perspective on how to see and handle friendships and relationships. Like romance anime, dog, back in the day, hey, not for nothing, but some of them tactics be working. Not like the weird freaky ones, but them healthy rom-coms can put you on some game. Some of which may or may not have been used by members of the Dzine channel. 5, and I think this is a big one for a lot of people, I hate the thought of giving up or allowing myself to give up on things. Because just about every character I like wouldn't, and their stories would tell me not to. Lastly, and maybe most importantly, I try to be better. I try to do good, and that might sound silly or like I'm trying to suck my own dick. It really is difficult to not grow spiteful or take on bad traits from troubles that come with life. Choosing to be good, I think for me, honestly, comes from a place of wanting to be like the characters I looked up to as a kid and still today, and also like morals in my upbringing and such. But I do think many of my values and things that make me can be attributed to these series, and obviously like life experiences. I think it's just an insane concept because, and you'll know if you've ever tried to create a compelling character, that shit is not easy. And from the mind of a person that you probably have never met face to face, you can be brought a profound sense of joy, inspiration, change, sadness, and I do mean that. Like the second time I watched Your Lie in April is the hardest I've ever cried at any form of media. But you see, that's my point. None of these things are real, yet they hold the power to create real change to someone's philosophy, way of life, mood, personality. I haven't even scratched the surface of these series and how they help us, and if I did, I'd be here for hours, but I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels that way. And since I know you've had enough of my voice, I'm gonna let my unpaid interviewees take it away. Roll it. All right, my question is, oh fuck, I had it so beautifully laid out earlier. It was, has there ever been anything fictional that has inspired you to have a real change in your like real life?
All Might.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's actually a good answer. Why? Just, like, elaborate.
All Might and like the My Hero, I don't know why, but they connect to me so much. Like I connect them together, and it's just All Might standing like saying, "I am here" with the fat ass muscles, the big ass muscles, it's mostly the statue. When I think of it, I see the statue saying, "I'm here," and then that one clip is like, what was it? You know, no, that one too. That was cool. I've said these words before. What was it?
Oh, the fucking the when he fights the
I've told
Nobody.
you these words before.
But let me show
Yeah,
you.
but let me.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the obvious choice would be like, Spider-Man, like his constant need for, helping others and, being selfless. Like, that's just so cheesy. Like, I was so mushy gushy. Like, such a bitch ass. Like, that's like done before, I'm trying to think of a different character, but what? I was maybe like, Larry the Lobster. What was it? Episode 6, season 6 of 2008 SpongeBob show. Living like Larry is.
Oh, what's good, y'all? I'm Mark, Smelly Holla Holla on YouTube, Twitch, whatever it may be. And yeah, I'm answering Damien's question. All right, so as corny as it is, Naruto has changed my life in the sense of like, how he says like "date bayo" and whatnot. Yeah, that's like his own version of saying like "believe it," or like there's no direct translation. It's kind of like slang, but every time he says "I believe it," "date bayo," whatever, it's just like he never gave up on his dreams, so why should I? It took him years to do it, but sometimes, not even sometimes, all good things come with time. Fairs.
All in all, I think we as a people will always be able to add to our lives by absorbing fiction. Even dating back to like Hercules and such. I'm sure everyone back then was getting yoked to be like him or any other mythological hero. There's a quote that goes, "Through action, a man becomes a hero. Through death, a hero becomes a legend. Through time, a legend becomes a myth. And by learning from the myth, a man takes action." And I think that about sums up the message of the video. I hope I get to continue to be inspired and immersed by these great stories and characters, and maybe one day create one that'll change many others' lives for the better. So just to end off, I know this video probably made me seem mad nerdy, or like I'm not accurately portraying myself online, and that's okay. No feelings on that. But anyway, this is probably different from what I usually post. So if it's your first time here, consider subscribing, all that YouTube good stuff. I'd appreciate it greatly. I'd also love to hear your stories on how fiction has changed your life for the better. Or worse. That'd probably be interesting too. But yeah, that's about it from me. And to all a good night.